Hey everybody, Mike from Reno Propulsion Labs here. Usually I do videos on one wheel accessories, different parts, the float life, things like that. Today I figured I'd mix it up a little bit since we're getting real close to Halloween season coming up and do a new review on the Stomp-pad. So the Stomp-pad here is a pressure sensitive foot pad, and it's designed specifically for this spider that you can get from Spirit Halloween. I happen to have one, and I've learned this thing is going to be a lifesaver this year. Let me give you a little example of how it works. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a real quick overview of how this thing works. Here's the sensor pad. Here's the back side of the sensor pad. It's got this adhesive underneath it. I'm not sure why that is. And then it comes with a RCA jack, and the cable is about 6 feet long, and it plugs right over here into the front of your spider. Mine's a little dirty. We've used it a few years, but it's great. It comes plugged right in, and if you look at the spider, it has an on, an off, and a foot pad setting. If you put it on the on setting, it uses an infrared sensor that's up here in the nose of the spider. You can kind of see it right there between the fangs, I guess, and that's what sets it off. So the problem with that is when you're walking up, coming up by the spider, and it senses you, by the time you get past the spider is when it starts to go set off. With the foot pad, you can actually take that, set it all the way back over here. So now as you're walking up, you press the button, press the foot pad, and it'll set the spider off. I've got it turned off right now because it kept making noises on me. All right, so we're gonna do a test run here. This is without the foot pad. This is just the infrared on the spider. And as you can tell, by the time it actually activates, I'm way far back from the spider. All right, now we're going to do the same test where I'm walking the same speed with the foot pad to see the difference. And as you can tell, I was much closer to the spider when it finally decided to launch an attack at me. And I think that'll do a great job scaring our trick-or-treaters this year for Halloween. All right, so that's it. The Stomp-pad spooky hand sensor. One thing, it's actually got two separate sides of the sensor pad. I have no idea what you would use that for. Maybe they intend to release a spider like that's got like some other features or something. You step on part of it or whatnot. You can also actually cut the pad down so you can make it smaller. So I guess if you had to like put it up against something and you're, walking up to your house or something like that, and you just didn't have the room for the full-size pad, you could cut it down and then it would still work. Anyways, I think that he'll be really cool. It'd be great to see if, there's other Halloween accessories or things like that you could use the Stomp-pad for. But until then, you can get it at stomp-pads.com and $30. And it was a great investment, and it's going to make my spider a lot more chill this Halloween. Thanks for watching.